I'm meteorologist Monica Woods looking at our Northern California roundup of weather, and we are going to see some summer heat making a return. Less fog along the coast, highs in the valley in the 100s, plus we're going to be dealing with some haziness due to some smoke. In the foothills, we're near 100. For the Sierra, we're dry, warm though as well. Here's a look at some of those heat alerts going into place starting later this week through parts of the weekend, including the heat advisory through much of the northern and central part of the Sacramento Valley, as well as the coastal range. Farther up north towards the coast, we've got an extreme heat watch in effect, and that will be in place largely Friday through Saturday and Sunday as well. Heat-related illnesses increase when we see those heat advisories in place. Departure from normal for the valley. We're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees above what we usually see this time of year. That's in the lower 90s. We're still going to be above average heading into the weekend, but we do start to see some moderating temperatures at that point. Average number of days above 100. We usually get 16 so far. We've had 3. We're very likely to bring that number up to 5 by the time we get to our Friday afternoon outlook. Record number of 100-degree days is 35, and it's been kind of slow going to get things started with 100s throughout Northern California, but they are going to settle into place by Thursday. You can see widespread 100s. Some of the hottest parts in the valley will be in the extreme northern reaches of the Sacramento Valley. 100s towards the coastal valley communities, and then 70s along the coast. 80s up top for the Sierra, 90s through the foothills. We'll expand that just a little bit more in just a moment. First, I want to show you how those temperatures warm throughout the day. We start the morning off in the 60s. It's actually quite pleasant. That's the time of morning to really optimize some outdoor activities with our sunrise at 5:51. As the day goes on, we actually don't reach that peak heat until later on in the afternoon. A lot of folks think it's right about noon, but no, it's actually not until 4 to 6 o'clock this time of year. That's when we reach those afternoon highs with very light southwest winds. Because of that wind shift, we have several fires burning throughout the state. In fact, a couple of them in the northern part of the state. And with those northwest winds starting to develop, we'll pull in some of that smoke straight down through the valley. Hazy skies from what we say PM 2.5. So that's basically, when you boil it down to it, it's just smoke. But we also track ozone this time of year. And for our Thursday, we're looking at unhealthy for sensitive groups in Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado counties. Elsewhere, we'll be in the moderate range. But again, really hazy air. See it, smell it for smoke, you know you're being affected. Moderate heat risk pretty much blanketing the entire region for Thursday and Friday, and just scaling back ever so slightly on Saturday and Sunday as we start to pick up a hint of an onshore flow. Now let's get to the details here on really our biggest push of summer heat coming in. Highs in the 100s through parts of the foothills. For the Tahoe Basin, we're in the 80s. As we pull our way through the central and southern part of the Sierra, highs will be in the 80s for Yosemite, as well as Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. Moving into the valley, for the San Joaquin Valley, highs will be in the 100s. Central coast communities quite warm. San Luis Obispo 81, Atascadero 97, 101 for Paso Robles. As we move northward, Soledad at 93, Hollister 89, 59 for the Monterey Bay Peninsula. That's certainly a place to escape the heat. 60s and 70s along the Bay Area coastline. As we move north, again, we've got some extreme heat watches and advisories in place along the northwest coast with 106 for Redding. A look at our Central Valley forecast for the capital region. Highs will be deep into the 100s, those overnight lows in the 60s. That's really anything that's going to save us here from that extreme heat. As you can see, over the weekend, those highs will be in the 90s, but in the meantime, 100s Thursday and Friday.